Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series. We are in the end of February, specifically February 27th, 1988. We start with a six-man tag team match. There are some character developments here, but anyway, not in the six-man per se, but during the program. We are given a review match for the first 8.5 minutes of the program as well, which is basically the brawl from last week. I hate when they do this. I understand why bookers feel the need to do it, but it also, to me, indicates that you don't really trust in your programming if you feel the need to continually go back and forth. Anyway, Tatum and Victory and The Real Thing versus Grundy and the Fantastics. Real Thing wearing a Union Jack flag, which is kind of interesting to me. Anyway, Apollo talks about the dangerousness of the Real Thing, and he's kind of there. Missing Link didn't hang around very long, which is kind of sad. But March does see a couple of new entries to the area. A very different looking, more mulleted Bobby Fulton is here. Jack Victory takes off, and he takes a few cheap shots at Fulton, and, he kind of holds him down a little bit. Irish whip Fulton with the head scissors takeover. I don't see enough head scissors these days. Anyway, in the wrong corner is Jack Victory. Tatum comes in. He manages to get himself in a little bit of trouble and rolls him over. Grundy on the outside being endorsed by the Fantastics. Probably does wonders for his career. He comes in, Grundy gets in the wrong corner and gets beat up by the tandem of Victory and Tatum and The Real Thing for a while. Big Man takes the majority of the heat, finally does make his way back to his feet. The Real Thing and Grundy are dealing with each other rather aggressively. Grundy gets a big splash in the corner, and the fans are solidly behind this whole effort. Bobby Fulton comes back in, cleans house, and then we get the return of Tommy Rogers back into the ring with Jack Victory. Victory almost gets punched, but instead the Fantastics hit a double team, knee lift. Fulton, I believe, still the legal man, goes for the cover. I mean, I can't believe they get, they're getting nearly 10 minutes out of this match, which for a show that only runs 36 minutes is a pretty big deal. Heels managed to double team on Fulton yet again, and, kind of the Real Thing back in thing, larger than Fulton by far. Thing tries to use his power. That doesn't go terribly well for him. Jack Victory back in, hits several jabs under the chin of his opponent, and then we kind of see Victory, I wouldn't say exposed, but his limitations are tested here by his adversary, and then we kind of go forward from there, and then we're back through, and the baby faces get the victory with all 6 people in the ring. Referee has a lot of trouble handling everybody, but Rogers gets a crucifix pin, 1, 2, 3. Then we move to the interview portion of the program. Gary Von Erich says he wants the heavyweight championship. He basically says he wants to do it for his family, his father, and the Von Erich legacy. He says he doesn't care who he has to beat to get there. This is all that's ever mattered to him. Then we see Gary Hart and Al Perez about to be interviewed. In the middle of a Michael Hayes interview. Hayes talking about the concert. Hayes talking about loving and thanking the fans of Dallas. Gary Hart interrupts, basically says this is not Music Hour. This is Wrestling Hour. Al Perez and Michael Hayes are going at each other, pretty nose to nose, mouth to mouth, and Hayes finally decks both Gary Hart and Al Perez. Hayes and Perez brawl around for several minutes. Before the close of the segment, it is clear that Perez wants to get at Hayes because he's been shown up. Gary Hart holds him back, and then we move into the confrontation between a newcomer in Terry Taylor against Chris Adams. Al Perez still holding the world championship, and he is to be, I guess, going at it with Adams because of their previous history that we've seen and talked about. But it is Terry Taylor who rolls in and goes heads up. Taylor lays out Adams. Pretty much Terry Taylor is his former tag team championship partner in the UWF. They kind of acknowledge it, and Taylor shoves down a referee, but Adams and Taylor seems to be a springtime program. We close the show with Terry Taylor getting a lot of heel heat. I will say Terry Taylor coming in surprised the heck out of me, but also watching how he conducts himself over the next month or so, because I've watched up to the beginning of April already. He is phenomenal, and as much as the Red Rooster killed his career before the Rooster, Terry Taylor is someone worth watching if you are a wrestler or want to be a wrestler or you want to be in the business. He had a lot more talent than he was allowed to show in that one WWF run. In any event, until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment.